And we're ready for the boys matchup here tonight. Panorama, coached by Kent Meiskens. Their starting five consists of Adam Stringer, Scott Stanley, Mike Rossau, Derek Breitbach, and Mitch Kemp. For Glidden Ralston, they stand at 6-8 record-wise, coached by Kirk Deline, assisted by Craig Lynch. Their starting five is a quick little breaker and a quick bucket by Breitbach. Gets things started on the right foot for Panorama. Jason Warbeck's joined in the starting lineup by Justin Walters, Clay Morris, Brandon Squibb, and John Augustus. And Clay Morris trying to answer right back, can't do it, but the ball will stay at the end of Glidden Ralston. Brandon Squibb with it now to Morris. Zone defense being played by Panorama. Justin Walters didn't play Tuesday night against East Green, back in the starting lineup. John Augustus inside. Triple teamed and threw it in the hands of Stringer for Panorama. Breitbach going for two, has a block. Getting it back, however, is Kemp. Still fighting for it. At the elbow, shot no good. Warbeck almost tipped that one in himself. 1 minute gone by, 2-0. Panorama with that early lead. Augustus. Off balance shot, no good. Second chance, fall away jumper is no good. And Stringer controls it for the Panthers. 2-0 is our score. Shot bouncing around. Won't go down for Panorama. Brandon Squibb, who had a quiet night the other night against East Green, and a foul called. It's going to go against John Augustus of Glidden Ralston, I do believe. First foul of the ball game. Glidden Ralston at 6-8 would like to take a step closer to getting to 500 and beyond if they can here tonight, and avenge a loss earlier in the season to Panorama in Panorama. Long rebound to Walters. No numbers there. Going to stop at the free throw line and put one up. A little floating shot from 15 foot for Justin Walters ties it up. Rossau, Breitbach, his fadeaway jumper at the baseline, no good. Panorama not real tall, but very quick team. As you see right there with the steal, and Breitbach a little too hard around the basket. A third steal. Just waiting in their wings to pick off the outlet passes are the Panthers, and then they get the rebound. In the middle was Kemp. Foul goes against 22, Justin Walters. First on him, second team foul, and Walters will step in front of it. Has it slapped away out of bounds. We'll have plenty of turnovers here early on for Glidden Ralston. Very quick to the ball is Panorama. Squibb drops it back out to Morris, and he'll set it up. We saw East Green the other night play a zone defense most of the night, but it was a very quick, fast-moving, very mobile defense. It was almost like in man-to-man the way they played it. It looks like Panorama, much the same theory defensively as Jason Warbeck. His first bucket, and it's a 4-2 Glidden Ralston lead. Breitbach from behind the arc. He has all 5 Panther points. Warbeck trying to answer right back, and we got the block called. It's hitting the floor was Mitch Kemp. First foul against Panorama will send Jason Warbeck to the free throw line. Warbeck good on the first. Couple of subs in now for Panorama. Number 23, DJ Biegler. And number 11, Paul Engel. Replacing Kempf and Rossau. 1 point lead regained now by Glidden Ralston. 6-5 after those 2 free throws by Rohrbeck. Engel being guarded by Morris. Morris, as we've seen, pretty quick one-on-one defender as well. Stringer's jumper. No good, but we have a foul called inside. It's going to go against Glidden Ralston. And it's Justin Walters, and that's 2 quick ones on Justin. 3rd team foul. Brandon Squibb will get a rest. Jeremiah Johnson in to replace him. 4.5 minutes left in this first period. Just getting things warmed up here. Breitbach, guy you got to watch apparently. That shot partially blocked, I believe. Augustus there. Johnson. Stepping out of bounds with Stringer as he tried to steal it from behind Johnson. Jeremy David quickly in the lineup for Justin Walters. Will sit down with 2 personal fouls. Morris, top of the key. Jeremy David last Friday night against Van Meter had a good shooting night. He's open now if they swing the ball around to him. Morris looking the other way. Want to get something going on the inside. Try to establish the inside game. And Clay Morris toes the 3-point line and knocks it down. 9-5 now. And a foul against the Wildcats. That's John Augustus now. He has 2. At the free throw line, number 41, Derek Breitbach, who has been the only one to score for Panorama here early on. He has their 5 points. Panorama sits 3rd place in the conference. Tied with Guthrie Center behind Des Moines Christian. They were the other night and losing in a close matchup there to fall behind Guthrie. And Rohrbeck again. And we got the charge called this time against Jason Rohrbeck. If they would have called another blocking foul, we would have seen the Panorama crowd go crazy. Didn't like the blocking call the first time. 9-6 our score. Glidden Ralston out in front. 3.5 minutes left here in this opening period. Glidden Ralston in the man-to-man defense. And a quick hand, but not quick enough to not catch the body of Breitbach. It's Jeremy David. Derek Fay will check in, replacing John Augustus, who has 2 personal fouls as well. Engel lines one up from 3-point, no good. And Rohrbeck between a couple of Panthers pulls down that rebound. Wildcats want some quick ball movement here against the zone. Rohrbeck gets it to go and is fouled. Basket counts. Scott Stanley, the man with the push there, and Rohrbeck able to maintain enough body control to get that one to go. He has 6 points. Going to try to finish off the 3-point play here at the free throw line. Free throw here would give his team a 6-point lead. Cannot do it. Rossau. Down to Engel. That's a tough jumper from behind the basket. Jeremiah Johnson, as Glidden Ralston doing a nice job on the defensive boards. Little trouble with some turnovers, however. Rohrbeck gets it back momentarily. Fay, some ragtag play here. And Breitbach pulls it down, and then a little phantom reach in there against Jason Rohrbeck. And that is 2 now on Jason. From the official's angle, I'm sure he saw him reach out. I don't think he actually even touched anybody, but where the official was standing, it looked bad. And Rohrbeck, last 2 games we've seen here on 10 TV Sports, he has been in foul trouble. That will send Breitbach right back to the free throw line. It's 11-7. Glidden Ralston 11. Derek Breitbach 7. Now he has 8. Lead is cut down to 3 as Fay, not the guy they want to bring it across against pressure. David does and gets it over to Johnson. Warbeck looks cross court. Morris controls the pass, not going anywhere there, but was pushed on the baseline. See if against goes against Rossau. Third team foul committed by the Panthers, and off the bench coming in, and we'll have a timeout first, actually. It's a 3-point Glidden Ralston lead with 2:27 left in the first period. Rohrbeck to inbound it. Somehow, through all those blue jerseys, Clay Morris got loose. Knocked down his 5th point, 13-8. Stringer bring it across, and officials tonight not letting them get away with hardly anything. Here's Jeremiah Johnson commits the foul. Had a lot of fouls called in the girls' game. And looks like the trend will continue here in the boys' matchup. At the line, Adam Stringer. Coach Meiskin's looking for somebody else to contribute offensively for the Panthers other than Breitbach, who has all 8 points. Johnson took a dribble step and saw the defense collapse on him. Rohrbeck, tough shot from under the basket. Cleared out of there by Kemp. Ball loose, last touched by Glidden Ralston, apparently. Principal Kevin Litterer over there saw it differently, pointing the way of Glidden Ralston. He was actually closer to the play than the official was on that one. Rasa will inbound it from underneath his own basket. The 5-point Glidden Ralston lead, and there's another one on Johnson. Well, with 4 locations, the folks at the Farmers Co-op Elevator in Glidden, Litterdale, Lanesboro, and Carroll are there when you need them. Stop and see them for your farm needs. That's the Farmers Co-op. And First Bank and Trust in Glidden is your full-service bank for all your checking and savings needs. See them for loans for your business or farm operation. First Bank and Trust in Glidden has an in-house computer system and convenient banking hours. First Bank and Trust in Glidden, member FDIC. Well, the lid's been on the basket for everybody else on the Panther squad other than Breitbach. Brandon Squibb back in the ball game now. Jeremy David being pressured out there by Paul Engel. David trying to keep his dribble alive, and that pass was read and picked off by Stringer, who gets his first basket. 13-10 now. Glidden Ralston has their lead cut down to 3 points. Wildcats will set it up now as a man-to-man defense. The Panthers changing it up here a little bit. Trying to drop it down to Fay. Nice pass. It worked. Derek Fay did a nice job just to catch that pass. I thought Johnson was shooting that initially, then realized he was hitting Fay, who was working for a nice position inside. 15-10 now, Wildcats. And the boards really have been controlled by Glidden Ralston here, at least in this first period, down to 35 seconds left. Again going for Fay. He's got it again. Collects himself and then draws the foul. That's going to go against Kemp, I believe. Second on Kemp, just the 4th team foul, but Fay, in the act of shooting, will step up at the free throw line. Going to try to extend this 5-point lead, but 30 seconds exactly left here in the first. Derek Fay, the junior, off the bench, has 3 points now. Getting a rest for Panorama will be Paul Engel as Derek Breitbach checks back in. Ball slapped out of there to Squibb, but into the hands of Stringer for Panorama. Nice move, taking it to the hole. Stringer never gave up his dribble, kept it alive, and finally did find a seam. Here comes Clay Morris back. Had a lane there, but by the time he stopped, gave the up fake, and tried to deliver it to Johnson, it was closed in rather quickly. 11 seconds left, first period. 4-point Glidden Ralston lead. Johnson will throw one up, no good. Fake there, second attempt, foul again on Kemp. So Derek Fay getting another trip to the free throw line. Had that first rebound at point blank range, left it short, but stuck with it, drew the foul. That is 3 now on Mitch Kemp. Six seconds left, opening quarter. And that one does stay down for Fay. Ball slapped away, and Breitbach won't get it off. So at the end of one, it's a 5-point. Glidden Ralston leads 17-12. We are set for the second 8 minutes of play here. 5-point Glidden Ralston lead. Playing one of the upper half teams here of the conference in Panorama, trying to avenge an earlier loss to the Panthers, trying to get themselves closer to a 500 mark. They stand at 6-8 right now, does Glidden Ralston. And Morris, unorthodox looking shot. And Brandon Squibb has been quiet offensively the last couple of games and couldn't get that one to go down. Morris with the quick hands, keeps it alive. Augustus hits the floor, and good hustle. Morris catching it, dropping it down to Squibb. 19-12, and losing it. Stringer thought it was going to go out of bounds. Squibb grabbed it and throws it up. And not set, the official says, was Stringer. And that gets the crowd on the bench for Glidden Ralston up in appreciation of the hustle play that the Wildcats have been putting on here. Adam Stringer, his first 6th team foul, and Squibb at the free throw line. Of course, Brandon Squibb earlier in the season with that last-second buzzer beater shot to defeat Coon Rapids Bayard, a shot I'm sure he'll remember for quite some time. The lead is 8. Stays that way. Warbeck chasing it, keeping it alive, and the hustle. Morris got to grab that one, and Rossall chasing him. Glidden Ralston really getting after it here. 20-12 is our score. Just underway here in the second quarter. 7-12 left in this first half. Stringer working against Squibb defensively. Glidden Ralston started the game in a zone defense. Now it's changed to a man-to-man. There's Rossall with it. His 13-foot jumper is good. So finally some other players are getting into the act a little bit scoring-wise for Panorama other than Derek Breitbach. Squibb. Close in, can't get it. Augustus. So the height of Glidden Ralston making it a little difficult inside for Panorama, at least here early on. 22-14 our score. 8-point lead matches the largest being enjoyed by Glidden Ralston here in this first half. Warbeck looking inside. Squibb working against man-to-man defense. There's Augustus breaking down low. Double team way underneath the basket. Somehow gets it up there. Squibb, second chance. And every loose ball is going Glidden Ralston's way as they are fighting for it. 24-14 now. There's Breitbach. He'll take it hard. Drops it down. Laid up and in by Scott Stanley. It's amazing what dribble penetration can do for you. If you don't get the shot, it can open so many more things for you. That three no good, and Stringer the rebound. 24-16. Panorama trying to fight back here. That pass didn't have much of a chance to get through there. It was kicked, however, by Glidden Ralston. So Panorama a little fortunate on that one. Will get the ball back. Justin Walters in. Clay Morris will get a rest. Jeremiah Johnson in. Brandon Squibb gets a rest. Rossau will inbound it. Everybody's stacked up in the lane there. Johnson tapped it back, but into the hands of Breitbach, and same little dribble penetration. Sets up another teammate. This time it's DJ Biegler. And he calmly knocks down the shot. Rohrbeck quickly back. Same type deal over here, but Johnson can't finish. 24-18. Glidden Ralston has led pretty much this entire first half. Stringer back to Rossau. He'll pump it up from way beyond the arc. This time, Panorama gives himself a second chance. Stringer behind the back. Stanley to Rossau now. His double pump shot is good. Ten-point lead just seconds ago is now down to 4. .430 left here in the second period rather. Justin Walters. His shot, no good. And now Panorama is getting a little bit more aggressive on the rebounds. You can see the quickness of Panorama. That shot blocked. And with the foul, it's Rohrbeck. And that's going to be 3 on Jason. And again, fouls plaguing Jason Rohrbeck. 3 fouls, 6 points. Clay Morris will come back in, and at the free throw line for the Panthers, Mike Rossau has 4 points. Cutting into that 4-point lead now. It's down to 3, just that quick. Stanley and Biegler will sit down for Panorama as Casey Wood checks in. Also Derek Fay will have to come in now for Jason Rohrbeck. 4:20 left, first half. And there's Fay. He has done a great job tonight controlling the inside when he's been in there. Morris going to be called for the foul. Again, going to draw the foul, rather, against Mike Rossau, his second. And that is the 17th foul, so Glidden will also be shooting some free throws now. Well, Schoen Lumber Company in Glidden is the place to go for home or business building supplies. They carry a full line of building materials. To take advantage of their free delivery, call 659-3795. That's Schoen Lumber in Glidden. And Wes Bunnell, owner of Clark Plumbing and Heating, another one of our fine sponsors. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call Wes at 515-386-3614 on Jefferson, your full-line Lennox dealer. Well, just a 3-point lead right now. Stays that way, at least momentarily, as Fay controls the defensive board and Breitbach the foul. Well, the officials have been consistent as far as no one's getting away with anything on either side. And wisely, one of the fans here for Panorama said, you should know you can't get away with that with these officials. Any reach-in is going to be called. And that will send Clay Morris back at the free throw line. 24-21. Glidden Ralston leads it. Kind front of the rim there for Clay Morris. Draws that one in. 6 points for Morris. He shares the leading scoring honors for Glidden Ralston with Jason Rohrbeck, who's on the bench with 3 fouls. Breitbach, too strong, and there's John Augustus. 25-21. Clock running, 3:40 left first half. Glidden Ralston trying to hang on to their lead and extend it if at all possible. They've done it with some aggressive play, and Johnson's had a hard time of controlling the basketball here so far this evening. Fay drops it off to Johnson. Nice little interior passing. First basket for Jeremiah. Leads back to 6 now. There's Breitbach. He's the guy you got to watch. And he got a charge against Breitbach. As Augustus hit the floor. And for Breitbach, that's 2 on him, 2 quick ones. And we should be shooting some free throws, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, on the charge, isn't necessarily a free throw automatic bonus situation. Even though they're over the limit on a charge, you just get the ball. Dane Eichheit in there with it. It's just checked in. 3 minutes left, second quarter. Morris against Rostow. That's quick on quick right there. That shot off the mark. Stanley controls it. Here comes Stringer. Nice hard take to the hole. Gets the hoop to go and a foul inside. Basket counts. And it goes against John Augustus, I believe. That's 3 now on John. Adam Stringer now has 6 points. Trying to cut into this Wildcat 4-point lead by finishing off this 3-point play, and he does. So far, Glidden Ralston has handled the full court pressure. They had a little trouble with it early in the ball game. They've been able to handle it as of late. Eichheit needs to get it across, and he does. See the quickness of Panorama. That's their game. They don't have a lot of height, but they make up for it with a lot of quickness. Fay. Eichheit left open for 3. Too strong. Well, there's Augustus. He and Fay have really done a nice job on the boards. Can't get the hoop. But we got a foul called against number 33, Casey Wood of Panorama. 27-24, Glidden Ralston. Shooting 2 now is John Augustus. Well, with rising fuel prices, why not convert to an electric water heater? The Glidden RIC carries the Marathon brand water heaters. They're thermal insulated and guaranteed for life not to leak. Check it out. The Glidden RIC on Highway 30 in Glidden or phone 659-3649. That's the Glidden RIC, providing you with more than just power. And John Augustus gets 2. He has 4 points, a lead. Is back to 6. Should be. Clock shows 29-24. Should be 30-24 according to my count. Left wide open and knocking it right down is Wood. The scoreboard shows 29-27. Maybe my count was off, so it's a 2-point lead. There's Squibb and a foul. Casey Wood is the man with the push there. Not enough of a push to keep Squibb from getting it to go down. Back to a 4-point lead now, and Squibb will be at the free throw line. John Augustus will have a seat in to replace him. Mark Honlos, number 20, got some action the other night. There's Stanley getting up high for that rebound. Stringer, 3-point shot. 10 points now for Stringer. Took him a while to get going, but when he did, he's really been hot. 31-30 now. Glidden Ralston hanging out with that 1-point lead. Honlos fights for it. Eichheit and Fay finally controls it, and there's Squibb. Bank shot is good. And a foul called again on Panorama. This time it's Beegler. And like the girls matchup, we have a slew of fouls here in this one. Brandon Squibb, 9 points. His team leads by 3. Make it 4 now. Clock running, 1:10 left, first half. Stringer. The Squibb cuts him off nicely. Stanley wide open for a 3. That one's off. Stringer has really been working hard. Rossau right back to him. Nice little 2-man execution right there. 34-32, Wildcats still hanging on to that lead. Fay wants it over his head, and Rossau's trying to keep it alive, following and rolling. He does get it to his teammate. There's Stringer for the lead. 15 points for Adam Stringer. And Panorama has taken their first lead of the game. There's a tip by Engel. Double dribble, he knew it. So Panorama, they trailed by 10 points here in the second quarter. And they have rallied back to take a 1-point lead now. A lot of good three-point shooting. Dane Eisheid, clock running down to 11 now as Fay found some room. Turned around jumper by Derek Fay, finds the bottom. He has 6 points off the bench. Got a timeout with 3 seconds left. Glidden Ralston with that 1-point lead, 36-35. 3 seconds Panorama has to see if they can regain the lead here before half. Rossau, cross court to Stringer, has it stolen. Eisheid doesn't get it off in time. Would not have counted had it gone. So a back and forth game here. Glidden Ralston regained the lead at 36-35 at half. (36-35) is our halftime score. Glidden Ralston hanging on to that 1-point lead. They led by as many as 10 points at one point in the second quarter. But Panorama fighting back behind Adam Stringer, who took him a while to get going, but once he did, he really heated up. Ended up with 15 points in that first half. Derek Breitbach next in line with 8. For Glidden Ralston, Brandon Squibb has 10 to lead the way for Glidden Ralston. Rossau, that one, not sure if it was a shot or a pass, off the mark. Justin Walters, his bank shot won't go down, being tapped around still. Finally controlled by Stringer. Dribbles it around so he finds himself a little room and almost got that finger roll to go down. Brandon Squibb's fall-away jumper. Well, for Glidden Ralston, you've got Clay Morris, Brandon Squibb, Jason Rohrbeck, Justin Walters, and John Augustus. Same starting five that started the ball game. Rossau's 15-footer won't go down. There's Kemp, and he's fouled. First basket for Mitch Kemp tonight. With the foul from behind was Clay Morris, his first. Starting five, same for Panorama as well. Adam Stringer, Scott Stanley, Mike Rossau, Derek Breitbach, and Mitch Kemp. One minute exactly gone by here in the third. The rim is friendly for Kemp, and we are tied up at 38. Walters splits the defense. Augustus, tough little shot there. Tap back from Breitbach. Now Rosso has it. Jumped up in the air to try to make a pass. He got bailed out by the kick. We are all tied up at 38 here. Panorama, as you saw in the first half, I have a feeling that no lead is really too safe with those guys, especially the way they've been shooting and the quickness with the turnovers. We have one here almost as Stanley slaps at it but can't keep it, and then Rohrbeck throws it right to Kemp. Right back, nice job just to catch that one. Back to Stringer. Does he stay hot? No, but there's a second chance for Panorama. And Kemp is fouled once again. And it's against Jason Rohrbeck. That is 4 on Jason. So again, if Glidden Ralston's going to do it here, like they did against Van Meter in the same situation with East Green, going to have to do it majority of the time without Jason Rohrbeck. He's been in foul trouble a lot lately. Derek Fay, who's had a nice game for himself here tonight, replaces Rohrbeck. 6 points for Derek Fay. Does a nice job rebounding as well. And he pulls that one down as Kemp gets 1 for 2. And it's back to a 1-point lead for Panorama. That tough angled shot there from Morris. Breitbach. He started off scoring the first 8 points for Panorama, and that's his first basket since then. Morris gets it by Rossau. Nice drop down for Squibb. Hits the front of the rim, won't go down. 3-point lead now for Panorama. It's really the first time they've led since 2-0, and there's a three by Breitbach. 5 quick points for Derek Breitbach. He has 13, and the lead has grown to 6 now, and a timeout taken by Coach Talim. So 44-38, Panorama jumps out in front now. 5:29 left, third quarter. So Glidden Ralston trailing by 6 now after leading by 1 at the half. Want to make sure to get their offense back on track. 44-38, Panorama. That is off the mark from Justin Walters. Well, West Central salutes the Wildcat athletes for their outstanding teamwork and dedication. You can call on West Central to be part of your team and farming operation. West Central, a farmer-owned cooperative in business to exceed customer expectations. In the lineup now, Paul Engel for Panorama. There's Rossau trying to leave it there for Biegler. Goes out of bounds. Biegler moving the opposite direction there. Another one of our fine sponsors, Charlie's Designs and Signs, a full-service sign-making shop that will work with you on designing a logo and building a sign for your business. Check out their sign 1 mile west of Glidden along Highway 30. Or give them a call at 659-3404 for a free estimate. That's Charlie's Designs and Signs. Kind of a raggy play here as of late. Stringer's three won't go. Augustus pulls it down for Glidden Ralston. 44-38, still a 6-point lead for Panorama. Glidden Ralston scored only 2 points here in 3.5 minutes of play in the third quarter. Jeremy David in there now. Augustus, and that's how Glidden Ralston got going, is from the inside with Fay and Augustus. That time, John can't get the shot. Rossau got called for the travel there before he was able to drop it off for Biegler. And the quickness of Panorama, as you can see, just kind of wears on you. They just keep coming at you wave after wave and try to get those turnovers to mount, making it tough for you to put something together offensively. We've got a foul on a block as Derek Fay hits the shot. It's going to be against number 23, I believe. DJ Biegler, just his second personal first-team foul for Panorama. And Derek Fay gets his team to within 4 now, 44-40, trying to add a free throw here. Derek Fay, nice night tonight. He has 8 points so far and a lot of time to add to that. Nice roll. And right back comes Panorama now. Lead cut in half, 44-41. The Panthers. Clay Morris, quick hands. Squibb right there to help him. And then Stringer read it all the way, picking it off, dropping it down for Biegler. And he's fouled from behind by Squibb. Brandon Squibb, his first, team third, and that will send DJ Biegler to the free throw line. Oh, the 4 locations, the folks at the Farmers Co-op Elevator in Glidden, Litterdale, Lanesboro, and Carroll are there when you need them. Stop and see them for your farm needs. That's the Farmers Co-op. Biegler off the bench with 2 points tonight for Panorama. Rossau will get a rest, replaced in there by Derek Breitbach. Breitbach's a quick starter. He's got 8 points to start the ball game right off the bat, and he got 5 quick ones here to start off the second half. As Biegler gets 1 of 2, the lead is 4, 45-41. Morris, as Gus is trying to get out of the way, hits the floor and another turnover. There's Breitbach, can't get it. Engel, no. And Morris comes away with it. No numbers to speak of, so smartly Morris decides to get it back outside to David and set it up. Augustus, nothing there. Fay. Zone defense again being played by Panorama. They'll switch it up on you. They go from zone to man and back. And touching the end line was Derek Fay for the Wildcats. John Augustus will come out. Justin Walters in. Jason Rohrbeck on the bench with 4 fouls. Clock running here in the third period. 3:05 left. Stringer off the hands of Engel. Stringer really the man you have to control for Panorama. Breitbach also a threat. Squibb got it in, and David had it tapped away. Back come the Panthers. Breitbach for 3. No good, and there's Fay again on the boards. Got that one over Stanley. 45-41. Panorama now with a 4-point lead, and the quick hands again. And no pass is an open pass. You almost have to fake before you throw each pass against Panorama because they are looking for it. Clay Morris top of the key now, working with Jeremy David and Justin Walters. Skip pass over to Walters. Nice ball movement, trying to get that defense moving around, and then they try to force it inside. It's tapped away. Stringer pulls up, 16-footer. First points of the second half for Stringer. He has 17 to lead Panorama. Back to a 6-point lead now. Walters for 3. Stanley taps it to Breitbach. Stop the dribble penetration. Drops it off for Stanley. Can't get it to go. And in there is Kemp. And we got the travel. He was bouncing on one foot just to try to avoid the contact. And got called for the hop. Stringer out. Rossau in. Clay Morris double team. Over to Jeremy David now. And the Panthers just running at you from every angle. That one's going to be short. There's Walters with the putback. Justin Walters with 4 points. Keeps the lead to within 4. And a foul is going to be on Walters. Actually, it's going to go against Jeremy David. His second, team 4th. But at the line will be Paul Engel. He will shoot 2. First Bank and Trust in Glidden is your full-service bank for all your checking and savings needs. See them for loans for your business or farm operation. First Bank and Trust in Glidden has an in-house computer system and convenient banking hours. The First Bank and Trust in Glidden, member FDIC. Derek Fay, Brandon Squibb out. John Augustus, Jeremiah Johnson in. And Casey Wood also going to check in for Panorama. Engel. He gets both free throws for his first points of the night, and the lead is back to 6. That matches the largest lead enjoyed by Panorama tonight. Then Ralston at one point in the second quarter led by 10. Had the lead cut down in that second quarter to lead by 1 at the half, and now they trail by 6. Walters can't do it. Johnson goes up over the back of Kemp. The officials discussing who that's going to be on. It's going to go against Jeremiah Johnson, I'm sure, because he basically pulled old Mitch Kemp down to the ground. For Johnson, that's his 3rd. Now some full court pressure being applied by Glidden Ralston. Give Panorama a little taste of their own medicine. Rossau using the screen from Breitbach. Triple team, now he gets it off. Trying to save it as Breitbach, he does, but over and back. So the pressure pays off for Glidden Ralston there. In the third quarter, 1:15 left. David Augustus now swings it around to Walters. Morris for three. And a foul on the three-point shot on Rossau. And that will send Clay Morris to the free throw line. He'll shoot threes. So, fortunate foul for Glidden Ralston there is Rossau hitting Morris on the arm, and the shot still almost went down. Can't make him pay on the first one. Clay Morris, his first point of the second half. He has 7 total. Rossau will sit down. Stringer right back in there. 5-point Panorama lead. They won the earlier matchup in Panorama. There's Breitbach, goes up with Augustus and pulls down the rebound. 1 minute exactly left here in the third quarter. Still anybody's ball game. Panorama starting to assert themselves a little bit more here. Jeremiah Johnson, aggressive on that board. So Wildcats have scored just 8 points here in this third quarter. Turnaround jumper by Augustus, too strong. Last touched by Johnson, so the Panthers will have it. Glidden Ralston not electing to go with the full court pressure every time on the dead ball, just picking and choosing their times. They've been successful when they've gone to it. Engel, jumper is short. Right there, a Stringer, and he's fouled. It's going to be Clay Morris, I believe, and it is on Clay, his second. 6th team foul, but Stringer will go to the free throw line. He has 17 points on the night. Dane Eichscheid will check in for Clay Morris now. Stringer makes good on both. 19 points for the senior. And the lead is 7, and we have a foul call. It's Paul Engel, his first. 19 seconds left here in this third quarter. This is the largest lead for the Panthers here, 7 points. Walters, some contact there, spins, gets it out to Eichscheid. Now David open from three-point range, can't go. Augustus. Then we have the foul on Jeremiah Johnson. That is the 17th foul, so Adam Stringer will go right back to the free throw line with just 3 seconds left here in this third quarter. Wildcats offensively in this third quarter not able to get into much of a flow. Those loose balls now that were once going to them on the hustle play, Panorama's picked up the pace a little bit. Now they're getting to a lot of them. Stringer earns himself another one. (52-44) right now. Panorama. Now that's a 9-point lead, 53-44. Stringer with 21. And that's the end of the third quarter. So Panorama trailed by 1 at the half. They now lead it by 9, 53-44. This fourth quarter, they trail by 9. That's the largest deficit they've faced tonight. Walters not ready for it. Lucky to save that one. Would have been an embarrassing turnover for him. Zone defense now. Again, as they're going to pack it in. They got hurt, did Panorama, in the first half from the inside. And now they're making Glidden Ralston, if they're going to score from the outside. And the Wildcats have not been able to knock down the shots. Well, a score here by the Panthers could give them their first double-digit lead of the ball game. Engel in there. looking for Stringer. Goes out to Stanley, who then does get it to Adam Stringer. We'll see here if Panorama with a 9-point lead, if they elect to be a little bit more deliberate in their offense or if they decide to continue to attack. And that pass is stolen. Back comes Glidden Ralston now. Rohrbeck back in there with 4 fouls, is fouled himself. That'll send Jason Rohrbeck to the free throw line. Scott Stanley, his second. And actually, no, that's only the 4th team foul committed by Panorama. Rohrbeck to inbound it. Can't find David inside, so gets it back out to Morris. Jeremy David. The Wildcats need one of those outside shots to fall. They could just not get it to go down. Walters off balance shot, no good. Gets themselves another chance. Morris will try a 3. And the lid has been tight in the second half for Glidden Ralston and Brandon Squibb. He had a nice 10-point first half for himself. Has only 2 points here in the second half. Glidden Ralston over the limit. So at the free throw line is DJ Biegler. Eight points is all that the Wildcats have been able to muster here in 9 minutes of play, over 9 minutes of play. They now trail by 11, 55-44. And the outside shots are going to be there for them. They just have to start knocking them down and spread out that defense a little bit more and help open up their inside game. There's a nice up and under move. No good. And then the follow is good by Squibb. 55-46 now. Panorama. Man-to-man defense being played now by Glidden Ralston. Stanley steps back behind the arc. And Rohrbeck right there. Jeremy David back out to Morris. Everything really packed in tight in the inside. They do find Squibb. He has a tough jumper, and he knocks it down with Biegler in his face. 16 points now for Brandon Squibb, and a timeout on the floor. 55-48. Panorama still by 7, 5:44 left. 11-point lead for Panorama just moments ago, now cut down to 7. Coach Kent Meiskens wants to make sure his team doesn't give up too many points here in a row. Ball kicked out of bounds, still will be Panther basketball. There's Rohrbeck. Had to steal momentarily, but the quick hands of Stringer gets it right back, and then Walters making the contact and the foul. The Schultz Lumber Company in Glidden is the place to go for home or business building supplies. They carry a full line of building materials. Sure to take advantage of their free delivery. Call 659-3795. That's Schultz Lumber. You can find them on West 1st Street in Glidden. Engel at the line, no good. It was a 1-and-1. Everybody a little bit late to get after that one. Stringer ends up with it for Panorama. Engel, a fake. There's Biegler, and he is fouled. Jeremy David going to pick up his 3rd personal. That is the 10th team foul, so now Panorama in the double bonus. They'll be shooting 2 with every foul committed from here on out. Well, it's been the cold shooting from the outside that has hurt Glidden Ralston here in this second half. They now trail by 8. And Biegler at the line trying to make it 9 here. Can't do it. Squibb and Rohrbeck fight. Rohrbeck ends up with it. Still plenty of time here. if the Wildcats can heat up from the outside, they can get themselves right back in this ball game. Rohrbeck going to take it strong to the hoop. That's the first basket in a long time for Jason Rohrbeck, as he's been on the bench a good majority of the time with foul trouble. It's a 6-point Panorama lead, 56-50. Breitbach goes to his right, drops it for Stanley. Stanley doesn't even look at the basket, gets it right back out. The Panthers going to take their time, get that perfect shot. Bounce pass, two players right in the same vicinity. Breitbach, the man who collects it, makes a spin move and knocks it in. 58-50. Morris runs down the pass from David. Clock running, 4:20 left in the ball game. Breitbach with some quick defense. Engel left open just inside the arc. 4 points for Paul Engel. And the lead is back to 10 now. Johnson, he'll pull up from about 11 foot. He has 4 points now, and Coach Talene wants the pressure being applied. And we got a charge on Stringer. Second on him. As Johnson that time actually did have pretty good defensive position there. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Glidden Ralston down by 8. And Panorama has pretty much stayed with this zone defense. It's worked well for them here in the second half. Has allowed them to control the inside game with the rebounds. And Glidden Ralston has not been able to spread them out with shots from the outside. Rohrbeck off the mark. Johnson still with it. That pass slapped away by Stanley and stolen. Jeremiah Johnson's running around like he's can't wait to pick up that next foul. Here's Squibb. Everybody kind of cleared away for him, and he had the trip to the basket. We've got a timeout called. We thought the whistle was so quick, we thought maybe there was a foul call, but it's not. So it's a 6-point game now with 3:07 left. Timeout on the floor. Panorama has it. They'll be facing a full court press now. They lead by 6, 60-54. No trouble breaking it this time. There's Kemp. And that inside pass from Kemp to Breitbach mishandled, and Breitbach picks up the reach-in foul. That is the 16th foul, so Panorama has one more to give before they put Glidden Ralston on the free throw line. But the Wildcats now with an opportunity to cut into the 6-point lead. Still plenty of time. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in this ball game. That pass, dangerous, but right there committing the foul was Kemp. If it's on Kemp, I believe it is. According to my record, no, he has 3. That'll give him 4. It is on Kemp, and that is his 4th. And that will send Jeremiah Johnson to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. Mike Rossau, been on the bench for a while, the point guard for Panorama, will check in the next opportunity he has. Johnson cannot hit the first. Still a 6-point Panorama lead. Kemp has it in the corner, gets it back out now to Stringer. Panorama's going to spread the floor here just a little bit, it appears. Called for the walk is Kemp. Rossau checks back in. Going to replace number 43, Mitch Kemp. Get another ball handler on the floor for Panorama. Glidden Ralston with some opportunities here. Need to take advantage of it. Knock down some shots. Rohrbeck drops it down for Squibb. And Stringer, good defense fronting him. Stanley back out to Rossau now. They're working inside to Breitbach. Quick spin move. He knew what to do with it once he caught it. 17 points for Breitbach. And the lead is back to 8 now. And we're under 2 minutes to play. Johnson out to Morris. He'll pump up a 3. Rohrbeck trying to keep it alive. Fighting for it is Johnson and Stringer, and it's Johnson with the personal. And for Jeremiah Johnson, that's it. He's done for the night, falling out with 4 points. Justin Walters will replace him in the lineup. Wes Pinnell, owner of Clark Plumbing and Heating at 1005 North Elm Street in Jefferson, would like to cheer the Wildcats on. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call Wes at 515-386-3614 in Jefferson, your full-line Lennox dealer. And with rising fuel prices, why not convert to an electric water heater? They're thermo-insulated and guaranteed for life not to leak. The Marathon brand water heaters that the Glidden REC carries. Check it out at the Glidden REC on Highway 30 in Glidden, or phone 659-3649. The Glidden REC, providing you with more than just power. Stringer gets both. He has 23 points to lead everyone in scoring here tonight. And the lead is back to 10, 64-54. Nice pass. Warbeck finding Squibb on the baseline. Timeout, minute 35 left, 8-point Panorama lead. His team leads it by 8 with a minute 35 left. Get it to the man that you want it to have it. That's Stringer. Just did get that one over to Stanley. Here's Rossau now. Panorama does a nice job of passing to an area. They know where each other's going to be pretty well. There's Morris going for the steal. Can't get it. Clock running down to a minute 12 now left. There's Stanley. Pass a little bit behind him, so he brings it back out. Nice use of the clock here for Panorama. Good Ralston. Down to Stanley, over to Breitbach. Well executed. Took some time off the clock. And then got the hoop when they needed to. And then the steal by Breitbach. He has 19 points. 66-56. 10-point lead. 11 is the largest enjoyed by both teams at one point in this ball game. Panorama's enjoyed the lead in the later stages. This is where you want to enjoy them. Here's Stringer. If they can catch up to him, they cannot. And Breitbach right there. Down to under 30 seconds now as Morris will put it up. It will not go, and Walters will foul Rossau. 68-56, 12-point Panorama lead, 22 seconds left. Well, the West Central salutes the Wildcat athletes for their outstanding teamwork and dedication. Call on West Central to be part of your team and farming operation. West Central, a farmer-owned cooperative in business to exceed customer expectations. And Charlie's Designs and Signs, a full-service sign-making shop that will work with you on designing a logo and building a sign for your business, as well as your personal needs, such as T-shirts and other types of wearing apparel. Check out their sign 1 mile west of Glidden along Highway 30, or give them a call at 712-659-3404 for a free estimate. Rossau gets 2 from the line. He has 7 points tonight. The lead is 14. And Panorama was in a dogfight here for, well, a half for sure. But in the third quarter, they took control of things as they piled it in the inside to not allow Glidden Ralston to get their inside game going, which was the big difference in the first half. Glidden Ralston really dominating in the middle. But the outside shots have kind of failed the Wildcats here tonight in this second half. Morris can't get it. Breitbach hustling to the very end as the clock runs out. And that is it. Panorama winning at 70-56 over Glidden Ralston tonight. Panorama leading the way scoring-wise as Adam Stringer ended up with 23 points. Derek Breitbach not far behind with 21 to lead the Panthers. For Glidden Ralston, it was a Brandon Squibb taking the scoring honors with 20 points for him tonight. Jason Warbeck ended up with 8 points. And Derek Fay off the bench had 8 points as well. A final score, 70-56. As Panorama wins it over Glidden Ralston in the boys contest. They win it in the girls as well, 59-30. I'm Darren Bach along with Bob Grody, photographer. Thanks for watching 10 TV Sports. We'll talk to you next time.